Today we're going to take a look at a very useful feature inside Flowmattic to handle checking conditions. It's called filter. We're going to take a look at how we can implement that in a simple example, but it should give you more than enough information on how you could use this, so many different use cases. I've already got Flowmattic installed and I've created a very simple contact form. That contact form has an option to say subscribe me or do not subscribe me. You can just check what you want. Like I said, this is a really simple example. If we jump over into Bricks, you can see it's just a standard Bricks form, nothing special about this whatsoever. All the magic is kind of being taken care of by Flowmattic. This is literally a form that gets submitted and then it gets redirected to a thank you page. Simple as that, nothing complex. Then inside Flowmattic, we've got a very simple flow. We've got a Bricks form, which we've just seen, and that's going to connect up and send the details over to MailerPress. Now, in this example, we want to check, do they want to be subscribed or not? So what we need to do is put something in between. So for this, we're going to use the filter option. Let's click on the plus. And inside there, we're going to take a look at the Flowmattic built-in tools, and we're going to come down until we find the filter option. We'll select it, and we've now popped a filter in between. Now, before we go any further, we need to submit the Bricks form because I've made some changes here to the previous example. So let's go and capture that data first. Let's select it, come over into continue again, and say, let's capture the response. Head over into our form, fill out our details. And for this example, we will say, subscribe me, and say, subscribe now. So that gives us a message to tell us it's done it successfully. Hopping back into Flowmattic, you can see there's our response that's been captured. And if we expand this, you can see there's our form field specified as yes, as well as all our other data like our name, email, and message, and so on. So we've captured that data. Click continue and save and continue. So now let's jump into the filter. And from here, we can now set up what happens. So we'll choose our action event and we're going to say continue if condition is met. And you can say exit. It depends how you want to operate this and depends what's coming after it for which way you want to set this up. We're going to say continue if condition is met. So once we've done that, we'll click on continue. And now we can map up what we want to use as the condition that needs to be met. In this case, the filter that has to be marked as yes. So we want to specify if someone choose to subscribe to say yes, then it will continue. Otherwise, it doesn't. So we're going to choose our field. And from here, we can see there's our form submission from Bricks. And inside there is all of our data. So what we want to do is choose what we want to check against. So in this case, it's whether they've chosen yes. So we'll choose that option, come down and say contains text. And you can see there's a bunch of different filter conditions here we can choose from. So contains, does not contain, exactly, matches, and so on. This example will say contains. And then what we need to do is tell it what does it need to contain. Well, in this example, it has to be yes. So now if we click on continue, you can see there's the filter conditions. Let's test that action. Condition is met, execution will be continued. So because we chose yes, subscribe me in the form, that condition has been set as true, and now it will move over to the next stage, which is the MailerPress set. However, if it didn't, then it would stop at that point and whatever comes afterwards would not be carried out. Now, obviously, you can use filters in lots of different ways, in lots of different parts. So depending upon the complexity, you may have different filters to specify whether an action continues or stops. You could use this in condition with the router to conditionally set this off into yes and no conditions and all manner of different options. But the filter is one of those things that once you start to see how useful it is and how many options that we've got when it comes to how we want to check the data, you'll see that there's an awful lot of different ways in which we can handle this. So you can easily come in, check for dates, check for various different things. Lots and lots of super useful information available inside you. So don't underestimate the filter inside Flowmattic. It is a very, very useful little tool that is often overlooked. Now, if you want to learn more about working with automations in WordPress and some of the things you can do, check out the playlist in the details down below. That will give you a ton of useful info. As always, all applicable links are in that description down below. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.